So now let's start with our webinar today. This is basically for occupational English test reading subtest. Okay, as you all know that reading subtest is the second subtest of the OET exam, and you will be allocated time for this subtest, which is 1 hour. Okay, and this subtest is consistent of 3 parts: part A, part B, and part C. I have heard a number of queries from my students that part B and part C are the most difficult parts. And I totally agree with this. There's no doubt that these parts are not difficult. As after about 2 years, I guess, OET has designed some new trends in its paper setting. So earlier to 2 years, this exam was not as tough as it is nowadays. So this session has been basically designed for your understanding and for to give you some tips for tackling this most difficult part. Not only reading, listening part is also most challenging. So I am sure that we will design such webinar like this, and I will also give you some tips regarding listening part. Okay, so part A, as you all know that part A is consistent of 20 questions, and 20 questions, and these are further subdivided into some sections. Like first 7 questions are given that you have to find out the passage from which the question has been asked. There you will be given 4 passages. Okay, this is the most easiest part. I must say that these 7 questions, first 7 questions, are the most easiest. So you have to score the total 7 number in this, and it is not very difficult to gain that score. Now next one is the question 8 to 15, that are some as you all know that difficulty level rises with the number of questions. So as I said that first 7 are most easiest, then 8 to 15 are little bit difficult, and then question number 16 to 20 are difficult than the previous one. And then in the following trend, like part B and part C. So part C is the most difficult one. Okay, so I suggest my students to gain maximum marks in part A and part B as well. So if a student score number of questions are 20 in part A, so if he or she scores 20 number in part A, and part B is consistent of 6 questions, and she or he gained 6 number in part B, so her score will be 26. Okay, so as we know that in medicine profession and nursing and all other professions, we have to score grade B in OET reading. Okay, and as we see the OET calculator for grades, then if a person scores 30 out of 42, then his grade will be B. Okay, so you have to try for 4 questions corrected in part C. So I think that's a very big margin, as you have number of questions in part C are 16, and you have a margin of 12 wrong questions. So I must advise all of you that you must try to gain maximum marks in part A and part B. Okay, so in my sessions, I advise my student that they should practice. If you have booked your exam like 1 month earlier or 2 months earlier, you should practice like 30 or 40 subtests of each OET reading and OET listening. Then you will be confident enough to perform well in real exam. I must advise you all. So please keep it in mind, keep noted that practice makes a man perfect. So if you practice, if you think that these are more than enough, like 30 or 40 tests along with the job, I know most of you are doctors and you have duties as well. So if you think you can't manage like 30 or 40 tests, you can take at least 20 or 25. Okay, not less than that. So it is a key to success. It is, you can take it like a tip or a trick. So you must practice like 25, 20, or at least 30 tests to be very confident enough to perform well in a real exam. Okay, so we will, as you are you seeing the screen? You can write in the message box. Okay, all right, that's good. Okay, so you are seeing it that I have already explained that OET reading, that is divided into three parts: part A, part B, and part C. Time allocation will be 1 hour. Part A is consistent of 20 questions. Part B is having 6 short extracts, and part B is consistent of 6 questions. And you will be given 3 options for this to have select which one is the correct. And part C is consistent of 2 long extracts with 8 questions each. And in part C, you will be given 4 options like A, B, C, D. In part B, you have given 3 options, and part C, you will be given 4 options. So that's why it is the most challenging. Okay, Sabha, please move to next slide. Thank you. So as per part A, there are 20 questions. As I have told you that first 7 questions are solved. I would like to advise the technique of skimming. I have told you, Sabha, please. You have gone forward, Sabha. Please backward. Slide number 2. Yes, that's it. Thank you. Okay, first seven questions, I will advise you the technique of skimming. Okay, what is skimming? I must advise you to read the question first, and then you will move to the passages. 4 number of passages, as the examiner will ask you the questions, and that this statement is present in which of the paragraph, in which of the passage. So I must advise you to solve these 7 questions with the help of skimming. You have to read question first, and then you will jump back to the paragraph in which of the 4 paragraph this statement is present. So it will save your most of the time. Never ever read the 4 paragraph first and then jump up to the questions for solving. You may waste most of the time, as we all know that there are 20 questions and we have to solve it in 15 minutes. So try to save your time for the rest of the question, which are most difficult one. As first 7 questions are the easy, so I would advise you to try to solve it in 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, and it's not that difficult to solve it in 2 to 3 minutes. It can be done. So try to solve it in 2 to 3, maximum 4 minutes, and the rest of the 11 or 12 minutes you should try to solve other 13 questions which are left in that 11 to 12 minutes. So this is the technique of part A. I must advise you to, basically, OET reading is a game of time management. Why students complain that they fail their reading part, they didn't score the grade maximum desired grade? This is because they just practice 2 or 3 tests and then appear in the real exam. This is not a way. In this way you can't succeed. So I must advise, practice makes a man perfect. You all know that. Please keep practicing. And whenever you are confident enough that you have practiced like 20 or 30 tests, you will feel yourself that you are now confident enough that you can solve these 20 questions in less than 15 minutes. Okay, so try to solve these 20 questions in less than 15 minutes. So please sharpen your skills, sharpen your speed. So it will help you a lot in the reading part A. So this was all about reading part A. So for part B, Sabha, please move to the next slide. Next. Next. Okay, thank you. Okay. So as per part A, I have told you all the tips and tricks for tackling this part. there is something else, that never ever leave any question unanswered. Whatever you think, whatever you understood, whatever you feel, please try to write. There is no negative marking in OET. So don't scare that I will lose my marks, or there's nothing like that. Whatever you think, maybe you are answering right. So I must advise that never ever leave any question unanswered. Try to fill it. And now we will go to the part B. As I have advised you that part B is also a game of time management. So there are 6 short extracts, and you will be given 3 options to mark the correct one. Read the question first, then jump to the extract. Try to understand the gist of passage. Okay. So basically, in part B, it is 6 short extracts are given to you, and these are maximum of 4 to 5 lines. Each extract is consistent of 4 to 5 lines. Okay, and then you will ask about question like you have given extract on abnormal liver function test, and you will be asked about the what is the significance of liver function test, what is the significance of LFTs. Okay, and when you will see the options like A, B, and C, you if you have understood the paragraph very well, then you will solve it quickly within a seconds. Okay, but I advise you to first read the question and then move to the paragraph. Okay, never do this that you first read the question and then read the options. You will never understand that what is written in the option. How can you know that what is written in the options without reading the paragraph? So first read the question, that what is the examiner asking, and then move to the paragraph. Okay, you have read the paragraph, that's well. Okay, now come forward to the options, and if the option A is about, as I have told you, that examiner can ask what is the significance. Okay, if option A is given with the definition of LFTs, okay, definition of LFTs, then it can never be the significance. So you can easily cross it for your convenience. So you can easily cross it that this is not the significance, this is the definition of LFTs. How can I mark it right? Okay, then you will read the option B. Option B is about the significance. Okay, you can put a question mark around it, and you will uh, decide later that whether the answer is B or C. I'm talking about elimination method. I advise my student to solve part B and part C of OET reading with the help of elimination. Elimination is the best way to mark the answers in part B and part C. Okay, so now you have under question mark the part option B. Now come forward to the part, option C. And it is about the result of LFTs. What is the aim and objective of LFTs, like this. So you will also mark it wrong, that this cannot be the answer. So whatever has left with us is option B. So definitely B would be the answer. Okay, you can easily write this. This is the best way, elimination method is the best way to mark your answer in part B and part C. You can solve it like this. Another technique is underline the keyword. I have asked a question like, what is the significance of LFTs? You should underline the word significance and the word LFTs. You have 2 keywords here in the question. Now, when you are reading the paragraph, you will definitely find the word of significance. Okay, then where is the word significance? You can easily underline or highlight that line, because that is the line you can find the answer easily. So I have told you 2 techniques here, like elimination method and highlighting the keywords. So Sabha, please move to the next slide. Okay, I have told you earlier then that first read the question, then move to the paragraph, and then read the options. Start with the elimination. After reading options, figure out which option is making no sense to what is asked. This is all about elimination, okay? Then cut it for your ease. It will help you in finding correct answer. I have already mentioned you all this. Okay, now next slide. Okay, if you are confused between two options, then leave the question there. It is very, very important. Listen, if you are confused that you think that C and B both are correct, okay, then leave it. You are right. Maybe you are right. Leave it. Leave that question. Jump to the next question for saving time. Don't waste your time on that question in which you are confused. If you are confused between B and C option or A and B option, don't stick to that. Please move to the next one. Then at the end of the test, you think that, please question mark that question, and then at the end of the test you should go to that question and then mark the option you think right, because at that time you have just 1 or 2 minutes left, or 1 or 2 seconds left. At that time, which option click best to your mind, then you should mark it. So I think this is the best technique to save your time in OET reading. Okay, so never waste your time on the question in which you are confused. Jump to the next question for saving time. After solving rest of the question, then try to solve unanswered question again. Okay, as you have solved, as you have left this question and many other questions students left because they try to save their time. So at the end, please make sure that you have answered all the questions. Never ever left any question unanswered. Please, next slide. Now come to part C. Part C, I know that, and most of my students know that this is the most difficult part. And just like part B, there are some tips and tricks as well for part C. So basically, part C is consistent of 2 long extracts, and each extract is having 8 questions with the 4 options to answer. So leave the extract at that point, just go for questions. Okay. So if you think that you will be given a passage, a long passage of around 8 or 9 paragraphs, okay? So please don't confuse, don't bother that this is too much long. How can I answer all the questions? Please leave that passages. Try to move to the next sheet where the answers are, questions are given. So what would you do is you should read the questions, because in every subtest, in every section of the subtest, you will be given some time like 30 seconds to 1 minute for the skimming of the questions or for the skimming of the passage. Okay, so you should try to read that questions. And I must advise you to then, when you have read all the 8 questions, just questions, not options, just questions you have to read. When you have read all the 8 questions, then you should move backward to the passage. Now you don't have to read the passage, you just have to number it. Like paragraph number 1, you should write number 1. Now paragraph number 2 is number 2 for your ease. Okay, it will help you, because I have told my students that OET exam just follow the sequential order. Okay, both in listening and listening and reading, they follow the sequential trend. There is everything which is asked is in a sequence, both in listening and in reading. So if question number 1, in question number 1, they will ask you whatever is written in paragraph number 1. You don't have to move back and forth, like to find the answer. That most of the students do this, that they are going here and there for the answers, that whichever is asked in question number 1 will be present in paragraph number 1. Okay, if not, if you didn't find answer in paragraph number 1, then try to find in paragraph number 2. I'm assuring you all that after paragraph number 2 you can't find answer of the question number 1. So first of all, try to find it in paragraph number 1. If you don't find there, then try to move to paragraph number 2. If you have all 8 questions, you must be having 8 paragraphs or 9 paragraphs. And these all are in sequence. It is for your ease. If a student understands this, it will help him a lot to find the answers. Okay. So I have told you, read question 1 along with options, then came back to the passage again for the paragraph number 1, which is having the answer, of course. You are having 8 questions, then number the paragraph till 8. Next slide, please. Thank you. So I have told you that follow sequential order. Answer for question 1 will be given in paragraph 1 for sure. If you find keywords for question 1 in the same paragraph. Part C is also following the trend of keywords, which I have told you in part B. Basically, part B and part C are having same trends, like there is an elimination method, there is importance of keywords, there is importance of sequence as well. So both parts are having the same trends. So don't move here and there to look for answers in between paragraphs. It will waste your time. I'm sure you will waste all of your time in moving here and there. So please stick to the paragraph, whatever the question number is. So sequence is very necessary to follow in it. Next slide, please. Okay, thank you. If you are unable to find any answer, move to the next question to save time. This is the same tip I advised you for part B. So don't waste time on any question in which you are confused. If you think that you didn't find answer in of that question, please don't waste time on that. Please move to the next one and try to solve that question which is unanswered at the end of the test. Keywords are very essential to identify, and try to solve this part in 30 minutes. You should try keeping 30 minutes left after solving part B. Okay, listen, I have told you that total time is 1 hour. For part A, you will be given 15 minutes for the whole 20 questions, and that will be not on the same sheet. Your invigilation team will collect the sheet for part A and your question answer booklet as well. After 15 minutes, you will not be given that booklet of part A after 15 minutes. So you have to solve it in that 15 minutes. Then rest of the time is 45 minutes, which is for part B and part C. So part B, as I have told you that there are 6 questions, you should try solving these questions in 15 minutes or 20 minutes, maximum 20 minutes. And the rest of the time is for, which is around 25 to 30 minutes, which should be um, fixed for part C, as part C is the most difficult one. I know it, and it is the most lengthy. So you should try keeping maximum time for part C. It will ease your burden. Okay, so most of the students waste their time on part B on answering all the questions. It is very good, you should answer all the questions, but if you are confused at any question, then please try to leave it and solve it at the end of the test. So it will keep your time and you can perform well, and you after solving the whole of the test, you will be time left for your on revision, that you just assure yourself that you have solved all the test or not. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, I have told you the tips and tricks of all the 3 parts, part A, part B, and part C. So the journal tips for the OET reading subtest is, you should be active and you should be very speedy for this test. And this can be done only by practicing. So you should practice maximum test for the OET reading and OET listening. These both subtests are the 2 subtests about which students are complaining very much these days, that these subtests are very difficult and we couldn't score our desired grades. The reason is that the students don't practice much. So please be active and be speedy in these subtests. So don't panic. Please don't be panic. Don't stressed out that I'm having just 45 minutes or I'm just having 10 minutes left. Please don't panic yourself. There is a lot of time. If you think that you are confident enough and you are prepared well, then in actual there's a lot of time to solve reading part. Okay, I have told you sequential order is very necessary. So please try to follow the sequence. You will surely figure out your answers. And highlight the keywords. This is another trick. Keywords are very useful. If you are highlighting keywords, you will surely find your answer and you may mark the right answer. Okay. And last tip is save your time. I have told you that whatever the question is confusing and you are not answering it, you don't think that this is the right answer, please don't waste your time on this and try to solve the next one. Next slide. Okay, this was all about our reading webinar. Now, please, if you have any queries, any question, you can ask. So I think all of you are well prepared.
Can I ask one question?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, the part A is more easy, but you know, what you told that for B and C, we have to read the paragraph. So,
Yes.
you know that, yes, if when we can understand the paragraph, it is easy to search the question and to make it right, which one is the correct answer. But time management is main factor. So is there any other way that we can solve it, answer this quickly because of this time management?
You are asking about part A? You are asking about part A or part B? Please, doctor, ask again. I couldn't understand that you were asking about part A or part B. I think she or he has left. Is there any other question? Okay, so part A. Yes, I have told you that there's another technique. Like if you have, you know that you have 20 questions. Then if you try to solve question number 8 to 20 first, and then try to solve question 1 to 7 at the end, you can also save time in that way. Because I have told you that first 7 questions are most easiest. So why not you start with the question number 8, in which you have to find out that word, find out the missing phrases. So I would advise that you should try to solve question number 88 to 20 first, and then you should solve question number 1 to 7, as these are the most easiest. You can quickly solve it in 2 minutes or hardly 2.5 minutes. Okay. Okay, student, please keep asking questions.
Hello, excuse me, I have one question.
Yes, sure.
What is the method for attempting the part A? Should we give a read to all the paragraphs, or should we or like what should be our method for initially attempting?
Yes, I understand. Okay, so I have elaborated the whole technique of solving part A. Okay, let me repeat again. I have advised my students that please read the question first, question 1 to 7. I have advised that these are the most easiest questions. Please read the question first, then move to the paragraph. And these paragraphs, you will just go through the skimming, not reading the each and every word of the paragraph. Okay, so you will easily find answer in just 2 or 3 minutes. So please first read the question and then move to the paragraph.
I have one question.
Yes.
In part B reading, like you have said, in part A will be taken after 15 minutes. So
Yes.
part B or C will collectively have 45 minutes, or part B will be taken as well, like part A?
No. It has collectively 45 minutes for part B and part C.
Okay, thank you.
So I was just advising you to solve part B in 15 to 20 minutes and make sure you have left maximum time for part C. That was my advice. Okay, no, but you will be given collective time of 45 minutes for both part B and part C.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, welcome.
Excuse me, ma'am. Sorry, how
Yes.
much minute for part B you said?
15 to 20 minutes.
Of the 45 minutes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
So any other question?
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible to me.
Ma'am, sometimes there's a question like you have to write topical steroids therapy. So if we write just steroids, are we going to lose the marks in part A or not?
Topical steroid therapy you're asking about?
Ma'am, let's suppose there's this question and there's this blank for that. And the correct key was topical steroid therapy. And we just wrote it steroids. So are we going to lose the mark if the keyword is steroid
No,
and we
you will
just
not lose any mark. If you have wrote the word steroid, then you will surely be given mark for that. But please try to write the whole, if you think that this is the complete answer, please try to write it. If you think that steroid, if you are having less time and you just only wrote steroid, then you will be given mark. But please try to write the full word or the full phrase which is missing.
Hello. Sorry, my
Hello.
internet wasn't. There is internet problem.
Okay,
So
no
I'd
problem.
like to ask you that which one you mentioned that for B and C, first of all, we have to read the question and
Yeah.
then we'll mark the key point and then we'll see the paragraph and we'll try to understand and make the gist point of this paragraph, and then
Yes.
we'll go back to the option which is given.
Yes.
So
Yes.
actually, the main thing says that when we can finish this one is very easy to uh, write the correct answer if we can read the paragraph properly. But main things is that the time management, that it is difficult to with this short time to read the whole paragraph and to answer the question. So is there
Yes.
any
Okay.
other way that we can?
Yes. Okay. I understand your question. Okay, listen. I have told you the both techniques, like elimination method, which is for cutting out the wrong options, which is in your mind that these are wrong options and that couldn't be the answer. Okay. And for your question, which is you are asking about the whole paragraph reading that you have not enough time. So I would
Mm.
advise you to highlight the keywords. I have given you with the example of abnormal LFTs and what is the significance of liver function test. So you have to underline the word significance and you have to underline the word LFTs, liver function test. And you then go for search of the word significance, because the whole passage is about the LFTs. So this is not a wise way to search for the word LFTs, as the whole paragraph will be having the word LFTs about 10 or 12 times. So this is
Yeah.
totally insane. Okay. So
Yeah.
try to search for the word significance. You will
Right.
surely find the answer above or below that line. Okay. This is the very useful tip which I myself followed. Okay.
Yeah.
To try to figure out the answer. Okay.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So for this technique, it will be for B and C both we can apply, isn't it?
Basically it is for part B.
Part B.
This will help you in part B.
Mhm. So part C also shortest time, isn't it? And you have to choose 4 option, and also the paragraph you have to read the paragraph also. So
Yes, but for part C, I have advised you to number the paragraphs. For question 1, answer will be present in paragraph number 1. For question
yeah,
2, answer will be present in paragraph number 2. So it is
yeah,
very difficult for a student to read the complete 8 paragraphs. Totally, we haven't any much time for the reading of the 8 paragraphs. So
mhm.
if you have read the question 1, so please try to find the answer in paragraph number 1. That's why I said to number the paragraphs after reading the questions. It
Yeah,
will
but
help you in
whole,
part C.
yes, I understand that, but
ये क्या
whole
लग रहा है?
paragraph I have to read, and also
जर्नी
there
टॉपिक
is a
कहाँ से
list.
ली है?
um
Less time also, isn't it? But whole paragraph we have to read, and then so at the time also we can use the same technique that highlight the key point.
yes, if
Then
you have less
according,
time, yes, if you have less time left, then please try to apply the same technique of highlighting the keywords.
yeah,
This will work for part C as well. If you think that you have remaining less time, then please try to highlight the keywords and then try to figure out the answer below, above and below that keyword.
yeah, because with stress condition, because we are thinking, oh, time is going. So at that moment the brain is not working, that with the stress condition to understand the this paragraph properly, because in
I
quiet
know, I
condition,
can
yeah.
understand, what is your query, but please let me tell you, I have told you that please don't panic. If you will be panic at the time of the test, then how can you perform well? Please left this thing of the how much time is left in this part. Please try to focus on your paper. Please
Mhm.
be open minded and be active at that time. Don't try to self bombarded you with the this time management thing. You must be with your paper at that time and you must be confident enough that you will solve it in whole 1 hour. Okay,
Yeah, okay, thank you.
welcome.
I have another question.
Yes,
Um,
sure.
while filling the answers of the listening part, should we consider the caps lock? Like, should we fill the all the answers with capital letters or small letters, or in what
Yes,
way?
it doesn't affect your grades. If you have written the right, you will gain your marks, you will not lose.
Okay, in we can fill the answers in all capital letters.
Yes, you can.
Okay,
It doesn't
thank
matter.
thank you.
Welcome. Next question, please.
If there is a spelling mistake, or the plural number or single number, if there is a mistake, so they will count that.
Spelling mistake, yes. In some cases, they deduct marks, and in some cases, they don't. Uh, if you have missed like one or two alphabets, then they can give you a margin. Like maybe it is due to the time limit, and maybe the candidate may miss it due to the time limit of that part. But if you have missed more than two or three alphabets, then it would be totally wrong. Then examiner wouldn't understand that what you are trying to write. Okay, so please try to write the correct spellings.
Okay, thank you.
So next question, please, if you have any. So no more questions. Okay, now you all must be seeing on our screen that there are OET live course of duration that is 1 month, and there are three different ways to for the preparation of our students. Like there are live sessions, there will be practice material, and with that there will be add-ons. And you all are seeing that there will be 16 live practice session for the 4 subtests, and each 4 subtests will be having 4 live sessions. So it is the course duration of 1 month, and you all are seeing WhatsApp number and our Facebook page as well as our email ID. You can contact on these to get registered. And if you think that you are lacking um your knowledge in just one subtest, then you can surely book for that also. If you think that your listening is not up to the mark, or your reading is not up to the mark, and if you think you are lacking in writing assessment, then you can book for that also. So you can contact for get registered, as our next session is going to start in first week of December. Okay.
Excuse me, how often do you do this free session? Is there anything that for writing you'll give us some tips?
Yes, sure. You can get yourself registered at our website, or as well as our course coordinator. Her name is Ramesh. So she will give you details here. Ramesh, please write all the details of our session in the comment box. Moreover, I have also shared a number. You can contact on this number to get yourself registered. And if you are curious about writing subtests, you can surely book for your writing. If you think that you are just deficient in one, you think that you will get yourself improved after writing 1 or 2 letters, then it can also be done.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome. So now you all are seeing that there is a OET assessment plans, and there are 3 levels. Level 1 is for those students who are not prepared well, like they have to start from the zero. So, sorry. So there will be 8 letter writing assessments, 10 reading mocks, and 10 listening mocks for those, and one-on-one free speaking mock along with the whole course. Okay. So this will be for level 1. Then we have level 2 for those who have 50-50 preparation, who thinks that they are good in 2 or 3 subtests, or one subtest is lacking. So this will help them in full preparation by 5 letter assessment, 5 reading mocks, 5 listening mocks, and 1 free speaking mock. And then there is level 3 for those who just need a final revision, who are in their revision phase. For them, there is 3 letter writing assessment, 3 reading mocks, 3 listening mocks, and along with them, there is 1 free speaking mock. So you can take that assessment plan also. So is there any query regarding assessment plan or any of our course?
Excuse me. So for assessment, so who will assess? Do you do that any assessment test that to check that level 2 or 3, or
Sorry,
the
sorry, I didn't understand your question. Please say it again.
do you do for assessment for the candidate, or candidate will assess herself for level 2 or 3 or 1?
No. We are having our mentors for this. So you have to take your mock at the website for just listening and reading. So you will be given score at the website, because you know that there will be computer checking for that subtest. And for writing and for speaking, you will be assessed by our mentors. Okay. So writing subtest, you will be given detailed feedback of that what are your mistakes, what way you are lacking. Like most of the student lack in that they don't know the format of the letter, they don't know that how to comprehend the letter, they put all the irrelevant stuff of the case notes in that letter. So mentor will give you the detailed feedback of this, that you have to choose what is important in case notes. And for speaking, you will surely be assessed by the mentor, because your speaking session will arrange with the mentor, in which you will be playing the role of a doctor and mentor will be interlocutor. Okay.
No, actually sorry. Maybe I couldn't explain you properly. Before
Okay.
before going this OET assessment plan, that means before start. So how I'll know that I am level 1 or level 2 or level 3? So who will assess me before join your this course?
Okay. I got it. I'm so sorry. I got it in the wrong way. Okay. If you are taking our course, then mentor will assess, because mentor can easily assess that whoever student is lacking in what way. Okay. If you are taking any course, if you are not taking any course, then the student by himself told us that I am lacking in this part. I am at that level. I need this much preparation. Okay.
Right. So if a mentor will assess me, so is there anything particular date and time, then yes, I can join to mentor will assess me that which level I am.
Sorry, please say it again.
That means rather than I'll I'll assess myself that I'm
Okay.
level 1 or level 2 or level 3.
Okay.
So
Okay.
can I choose anything, any test that yes, mentor will assess me that I'm which level I am?
Yes, yes, you can. You can. If you think that you are at level 3, then you have to write your letter, and then mentor will assess. And then mentor will tell you that whether you are at level 3 or not. Okay. If the student thinks that I'm level 2, and mentor thinks that they know that he's at level 1. So
Mhm,
mentor can tell you accurately that on what level the student lies. Okay.
mhm. So how I can apply of this that to assess me?
Okay. Are you seeing the number given? It's plus 447360. Are you
Yeah,
seeing it? You can
yeah.
contact there.
Right, right. Okay, thank you. And another
Welcome.
thing that do you do this OET test? That means final exam. Do you do that
Sorry, I'm totally
for
unable to
final
understand your question.
for for OET exam, the final exam? Do you
Yeah, yeah.
arrange for that? Do you arrange
Yeah,
in
yeah, exactly. We arrange for the mocks also for before, just before the real exam.
no real exam? Do you do real exam in May?
Before real
No, only before real exam, but real exam you don't do the real exam. Do
no.
you
This
arrange?
is this is totally in control of the Vauxhall Cambridge Vauxhall management. This is conducted by Australia, okay?
Mhm. So we have to apply that like online we can apply like that, isn't it?
Yes, you have to apply on the official OET website.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Welcome. So students, is there any other
Hello.
question? Hello?
Yeah. Can you tell me which part will be computer-based evaluation in this reading and listening?
Yes, in reading, I have told you that both listening and reading are computer-based evaluation. So there's not a separate part in both listening and reading that which will be evaluated on computer and which will be evaluated on paper. So both of them will be evaluated on computer. So for writing, you will be evaluated what have you written, and for speaking, you there will be recording of every student who will assist on that recording.
So we cannot write anything on the sheet,
Yes, you cannot.
reading and
There
listening.
will be, yeah, there will be proper instructions for that. You don't have to write any word or any phrase on the question paper or question booklet.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you are audible to me.
Yeah. So I just wanted to know that you said we can mark on the sheet keywords. How can we do
Yes,
that?
you can do it with the help of pencil or a pen with which you are writing. You can remove after that, but it is not necessary. You can submit with that.
With the marking, you mean to say?
Yes, whichever pen or pencil you are using, you can highlight with that for your own ease.
Okay. So
You
it's
don't have to
computer
remove it
based.
or erase it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So computer based, it won't accept or it will not have any problem, no, if we mark the keywords, right?
If there are instructions that you have to remove, then you must remove that. If there is and isn't any instruction, then you can submit it with the with that highlighting and that your extra notes on it. But I must advise you to please erase it after solving the questions.
Excuse me, how much fee for 1 month course?
Sorry, please repeat your question.
How much fee for 1 month course?
Okay, you are asking about fee structure. I have
Mhm.
told you that please contact on the number given. You will be given all the details of fee structure.
Mhm. And what about the success rate with this course?
If you aren't prepared well, then I must assure you that you can easily pass your exam with our course, as a lot of students have get benefited from our course. It is totally upon you that what do you think that on which level you are currently present, that it is either level 1, 2 or 3.
Mhm. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Okay, I'm having some question in comment box, so I am trying to answer some of these. Yes, you should solve question 8 to 20 first, and then question 1 to 7. It is wise. But if you try to solve question 1 to 7 earlier, then it is also okay. You will be given the same time limit, that is 15 minutes, and I have advised you to uh, try to solve question 1 to 7 in first 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so next question is for part B reading. Will it be taken after 15 minutes or part B and C collectively? Yeah, I have answered it earlier that you will be collectively a collective time of 45 minutes for part B and part C. Okay, no other question. So please, if you are having any question, please ask away right now. So I think there is no any question. Okay, thank you so much.
Sorry, I joined the late. My question is that we underline when we read when we find some important
Uh,
things.
I'm sorry, you are not audible to me. There's a lot of noise in your voice.
Okay. Now audible.
Yes, now you're audible.
My question is that when we read the section, we underline the important things with pencil, or not.
Yes, you can. It won't affect your marks, but it is wise to erase all the notes and all the words you have written on the paper. It is wise to erase all that after completing your test. But it is totally okay if you mark or highlight any word on the sheet.
Okay, my next question is that when we write the answer, it is necessary we write in capital letter the whole word, or
No, no, no,
first
no. It is not necessary. As one of the student have earlier asked this question that can we write? So I answered her that yes, you can, but it is not necessary that you have to write it in capital words. You can write it in small words, but there should be no spelling mistake, and it must be the correct answer. Then you will surely given marks. It is not necessary to write it in capital words.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Okay, there is another question in comment box that which one is the best to take, computer based or paper based? Okay, Khadija, you have to look for this, that whichever country you are applying for, you have to check for the terms and condition of that whichever test they are accepting. So you have to get an idea from there. So in my advice, if you are um, solving all your test on the paper from your childhood, then you must go for the paper based. And if you think that you will be efficient in the computer based exam, then you should go for it. It's totally up to the candidate, but first you have to check the regulations of the country or the council to which you are going to be registered. Okay, so next question is, if level 2, what is the success rate? Okay, I have told you that there is 100% success rate of med exam for the OET exam. It doesn't matter on which level you are present, that either it is level 1, level 2 or level 3. It doesn't matter. If you are willing to join, please do it right now. So because I have told you that with the help of the proper mentorship and the proper mentor, you can easily get assessed. I have conducted my everyday class like from 10 p.m. sorry, 5 p.m. GMT daily in our WhatsApp group, and I assess letter of students there. But it is not possible to give a detailed feedback there because there are a number of letters, almost 15 to 20 letters students wrote there, and I have to mark them. Then how can I give a detailed explanation and detailed feedback to every student that this is lacking and this is not? So whenever I go for the assessment of the mock examination, so there I go for the detailed feedback of that student, that whatever is lacking in that letter, that what are the student weak point. So I must advise you to take the mock, and if you are thinking that you are competent enough and you are prepared well, then you should try to take the level 3 if you are not willing for the level 1 or level 2. Okay, the next question is, please elaborate on skimming method for part A. Okay, skimming, by skimming mean that you have read the questions and then go for the passage. You are, you have asked about that in which passage baby feeding is mentioned. Okay, look, the 4 passages you have given, you will be given the topic, like highlighted words, like heading of the topic. If you think that there is a passage that weaning, breastfeeding, okay, then you have to choose your answer from that. This is called skimming, that you have just read the heading of the topic and you answered that this is written in passage B. This is called skimming. Okay, next question is, I need to ask something slightly irrelevant for the present topic going on. What if we spell some drug name wrongly in listening part A? Will that result in reduction of our... Okay, Sojla, let me tell you that I have already mentioned that sometimes they deduct marks, sometimes not. Because as the drugs name are very specific, I'm not sure that I have shared list of drugs or not, because in OET exam there are specific drugs which are asked for, and you have to cram their spellings. Like you have to go for cramming, like we cram in our childhood, like learn by heart. This is the principle to the drugs spelling. So I won't advise you to go for the wrong spelling or miss some alphabet. You must cram the proper spelling of those drugs. I must advise you to look for the list, or moreover, if I found it anywhere, I will share in our WhatsApp group for the proper drugs which will be asked in OET exam. Okay, another question is, Khatija is asking, ma'am, please tell, should we write recent visit in the start or at the end in writing? Yes, Khatija, this is very important question. Okay, listen, recent visit must be at the end of the letter if it is a normal referral. If it is an emergency or urgent referral, then you should write the most recent visit at the end, at the start of the letter. Okay. Okay, there is another question. Kindly share those drugs name again. Okay, Sojata, I will. Can you guide a little? How can someone know what he lacks in writing part? Yes, Dr. Khurram, you can join our daily group activity. You can see there that I tell students that in which part they are lacking, whether they are lacking in the purpose of the letter, whether they are not comprehending the case notes well, whether they are not understanding what should they write from the case notes. Because a lot of I have seen that a lot of students uh, try to write all the details. That is totally wrong. Why you are writing all the irrelevant stuff in the letter? You will lose all your marks. Okay, so I can assess with the letter you are writing, that in which part you are lacking, then I can tell you. Okay, welcome you all. Okay, I think I have answered all the question. Is there any question left? So please ask it away. Can you add me on WhatsApp group? Yes, Ramesh, please share the group link here so that students can join that. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks to all of you.